Hi, this is David with Stress Free Property Management. I'm one of the owners, and I wanted to thank you personally for choosing to rent from us. We really appreciate that. I hope you stay a long time, really long time. But the purpose of this video is to kind of set some expectations for you, so you understand certain things that we do that may be a bit unusual or might cause some confusion or frustration on your end. We feel like if we just explain those right in the beginning of how we do certain things, then I think that'll go smoother. And also I'll explain a little bit of the expectations you should, things you should expect from us when we're servicing you and making sure that everything is going okay with your home. So let's go through that. The first thing is that rental payments. They're due on the 1st and they're late on the 5th at 5 p.m. So if it's 6 o'clock and you drop off the rent on the 6th, there's a late fee, and that needs to be paid, and you really need to provide certified funds for the rent. If it's past the 10th, we're not going to take a check at that point. You'll have to provide money or some sort of bank certified check. So you can pay it online. We have the ability to make your rental payments online. You can ask the leasing person to do that. She probably has already explained that to you. You can come to our office, you can mail it, and there's also a drop box. So 24 hours a day, you can drop off your rent at the front of the gate. There, you can slip it through into this black stand where we accept rental payments. So you always have the ability to make sure your rent's paid on time. All right? And then maintenance requests. I think maintenance is probably the biggest issue of why you renew your lease or not, typically. So we obviously want to make sure that you're happy and we're fixing things that are broken at a reasonable period of time. We're getting it corrected. So when you have a maintenance problem, you can call our office. If we're closed, we do have emergency 24-hour service, but we only respond to emergencies, and there's very few of those. So for instance, the main one is if you have gushing water, so a pipe burst, it's flooding all of your apartment. You want to call us, and we're going to move our butts, no matter what time it is, and get out there as fast as we can and get that corrected. So definitely call us for that. But if it's a slight leak or something you can put a bucket or a towel down, don't call us for that, because that's very expensive to the owner to race out for any small thing. We'll fix it the next business day. I know some of these type of things are going to be inconvenient. Say for instance your garbage disposal doesn't work, or your refrigerator goes out, or your AC breaks. Those things we're not coming in the middle of the night to fix, so please do not call us. For instance, a big one is AC units. It's very dangerous to fix AC, which is using a 220 electrical power at night. So if someone accidentally hits that 220 thing, they can die. So we're not going to come out and fix those. And if you are familiar with apartment communities and things like that, they don't either for that very reason. If your refrigerator goes down, we can't do anything at 10 o'clock at night, so that it's just, we're not going to be coming out. However, if it's something like the AC unit that does break, call and leave a message on after hours emergency. We won't respond that night, but we will do our best to have the AC guy out there the following day or the day after. If it's on a weekend, we don't want you sitting in August, heat at 100 degrees during the day, sweltering and miserable. We want to fix as fast as we can, but keep in mind, these type of heat waves or cold spells that happen throughout the year, when they first come on, there are a lot of people calling, because that's when systems tend to break. So you may be in a line, and that line may take a day, 2, or even 3 occasionally to get your repair fixed, and we certainly apologize for that. We're going to do our best, and the guys are working typically 12 to 14 hours a day to get to everybody, but sometimes that will occur. But in most instances, we will get out there pretty darn quick. We really want to turn around repairs of any significance in a day or 2 at most. That's our goal. So I just want to let you know that. Now, one thing that does come up is people will call our office, and if they don't get a hold of the person in charge of it, they will call and call and call. And please do not do that. We check our messages every 2 hours. You'll actually hear on the recording when she checked it last and when she's going to check it next. So you can actually verify for yourself that we do check these messages. and sometimes you just, as I said, you're in a queue. It's going to take a little while to fix, but we will get back to you. We will keep you informed, but don't call us over and over again, because it's just, obviously it prevents us from doing our job, and to be honest, it drives us crazy. So please be fair with us, and we'll do our best to be fair with you, and we'll go from there. So I talked about the emergency. Oh, a big thing that we have when it comes to maintenance is appointments. Many people would like us to set appointments on anything that breaks so they can be there when we're fixing it. And I can certainly understand that, because it's your home. You have all your private personal belongings there, and you just would feel more secure being there with us. And I can certainly respect that. However, we don't know when the repair before your house, or the two repairs before your house, are actually going to be completed. For example, we have something before you where we have to fix a toilet. We go out there and it turns out we have to replace the toilet. So then, instead of maybe a 25-minute repair, it's now an hour and a half, because we have to go to Home Depot, maybe in rush hour traffic. We have to wait in line. We have to drive back to your house, and then we have to install it, or that house, and we have to install it. And so that throws off our timeline. We're not sure. We thought it was 25 minutes, now we're an hour and a half delayed. So if we had set an appointment with you, by definition, we're in trouble. So that's why we don't set appointments, because it's just impossible for us to predict how long it's going to take to do the repairs before yours. But in certain emergencies, generally what we will do is call you and let you know that we're coming. So you know that we're coming that day, and we'll be out there at some point. So you have a general idea. But you've given us permission to come into your home by signing the lease. When you report a maintenance problem, you've given us permission, and you receive notification from us that we're coming. So by law, Florida law, we do not have to set an appointment. And as I explained, it's impossible to set an appointment and keep it. So I know this can be frustrating at times. I certainly apologize. I wish I could come up with a better way, but at the moment, that's the best we can do. So please understand that from the beginning, and I think it will go better. Hopefully you won't be as annoyed occasionally when we have to come out there and we can't be there at a certain time, or you can't be there. So but certainly the people that I hire, they've been through background checks extensively. We do random drug testing. These people I know and I trust. So I feel confident that, well, first of all, I send these people out to my house with my own daughter and my own wife. And so I'm not sending anybody to your house that I wouldn't send to mine, and haven't already sent to mine on more than one occasion. So I certainly respect your privacy, and want to protect your privacy and your belongings. So the people I send out, I trust. So on that, and then one last issue is you're going to have times where you're going to be upset with us. And I think that's the nature of any business relationship. So at times we're going to say no, or we're going to do things that you don't agree with. Examples of that might be there's a late fee that we charge you, and maybe you had some very traumatic event happen, and we still charge the late fee, and you're not happy with that, and you want to speak to the manager, or you want to speak to me, and I'm not available to talk to you on these instances. I work in other parts of the business, other businesses that we have here. I've hired 2 different managers to handle this. So you'll speak to one of them, and they'll be happy to talk to you in more detail about it. But please realize, when you say, I want to speak to the owner, that's not possible. I'm the owner, and although you are extremely important, and I want to make sure you're happy, and I do follow up on these type of things, I'm not able to spend my time talking with residents every time that there's an issue. I have to have a manager, handle that. They're skilled at that, and they're much better at it than me, and so that's the way that we do business here. So, like as I said in the beginning, I'm trying to set expectations so that when we do have challenging times, you understand what the process is and how we do things. Now, on the flip side, we will make mistakes. Sometimes we will screw up, and I am aware of those. So if you send an email from our website, there's an email on our website that says immediatehelp@tampastressfree.com. I get that email. I get every one of those emails. So if you have any really significant thing where you really feel like we've done a disaster, or made a huge mistake, send it to me. Aware of it, and I will be speaking to the person who is going to be handling it, and I will be telling them what I want to do to make it right. It may not be always what you want, and you know, that's the nature of business. But I definitely care, and I'm definitely involved, and I'm definitely aware of any major mistake or issue that's going on with your house, and I'm personally involved. So I think that's pretty much the video and the reason why we made it. So I hope that you stay a long time. I know that some of the topics that I discussed is not particularly fun to hear, or you know, maybe it might make you a little bit nervous. I don't mean to make you that way. This is a relationship, and things are going to go wrong occasionally, and we're going to do our absolute best to make it right. Sometimes we're not going to agree, and we're both going to be unhappy, and that's just how it is. But it's not the way that we want. We want to do our best to make sure that you're happy, and we fix things when we're supposed to fix them, and you stay a long time. So, and I hope that you do. Thank you.